A street once filled with laughter now echoes with silence. Somewhere in that darkness, a man's heart has broken beyond repair. Costello stands under the flickering streetlight, his face hidden, his hands shaking. The betrayal that burns in his chest is louder than the thunder above. He whispers her name, Becky, not with love, but with a promise. Tonight, the man who once protected her will become the one she fears most. The night is cold. The rain won't stop, and neither will Costello's rage. On the empty streets of Weatherfield, a man once full of love now walks with only one thing left inside him: hate. The sound of thunder rolls over Weatherfield. Streetlights flicker across the cobbled roads, their weak glow bouncing off puddles of rainwater. A figure walks alone, slow, heavy steps that echo through the silence. It's Costello. His coat is soaked through, but he doesn't notice. His mind is too loud for the quiet world around him. Hours ago, his life still made sense. Becky was laughing, her hand resting softly on his shoulder, promising she'd never betray him. Now, those same words burn through his head like fire. Betrayal, sharp, sudden, cruel. He replays it again and again, her voice whispering to someone else, her lies weaving a web around him. Costello stops outside the rover's return. The warm light inside feels like another world. He looks through the glass window, and in that reflection he doesn't recognize the man staring back. This isn't the kind, loyal soul that once believed in love. This is a ghost, a man hollowed out by betrayal. He lights a cigarette, the flame trembling in his hand. His thoughts twist into dark corners. He remembers every promise Becky made, every look, every touch, every lie disguised as love. She was the only one he trusted, the only one who knew his secrets. And now she's used them against him. Somewhere down the street, a clock strikes midnight. The sound echoes like a warning. Costello drops the cigarette and crushes it under his heel. His jaw tightens. His voice is low but full of fire as he whispers to himself, "You took everything from me, Becky. Everything. Now I'll take it back." A car passes, splashing water over his shoes, but he doesn't move. His eyes are fixed on the horizon, the same direction Becky lives. The camera pans closer to his face, a mixture of pain and fury. Behind his eyes, something breaks. This is the moment Costello changes. The heartbreak is gone. The kindness is gone. Only revenge remains. Rain falls harder now, drumming against the rooftops like a warning to the world. But the world won't listen. And neither will Costello. Tonight marks the beginning of something terrible. The quiet streets of Weatherfield are about to remember his name, not for love, but for vengeance. The next morning creeps in like a secret, soft sunlight trying to wash away the sins of the night. But some stains don't fade, not even in daylight. Costello hasn't slept. His eyes are bloodshot, his hands still shaking from the rage he tried to bury but couldn't. He sits alone at his kitchen table, staring at his phone. The screen glows with a message he's read 100 times. "Meet me behind the garage." "Don't tell Costello." It's from Becky, sent to Liam. He plays the voice note again. Becky's whisper, nervous and shaky. "He doesn't know, Liam. Once you get those papers, he's finished. He can't come back from this." Her words twist the knife deeper every time he hears them. The sound of her voice, once a comfort, now feels poisonous. The camera drifts around the room. An untouched cup of coffee. A smashed picture frame, their photo still inside, smiling, happy, lying. The silence is thick until Costello's fist slams the table. The phone clatters to the floor. "You used me," he mutters, his voice breaking. "You played me for a fool." He stands up, pacing like a caged animal. Every step fuels his fury. He remembers the nights she stayed out late, the sudden phone calls, the excuses that never quite made sense. It all fits now. Becky wasn't just unfaithful, she was dangerous. She betrayed not just his love, but his loyalty, his trust, his soul, outside. Life goes on as usual. Cars honk, children laugh, neighbors gossip. But inside Costello's world, everything has stopped. His breathing slows, steady now, almost calm. The anger begins to turn into something colder. Revenge isn't just an idea anymore, it's a plan. He picks up the picture frame again, wipes the glass and looks at Becky's face. You could have told me, he whispers. You could have been honest. His hand tightens around the frame until the glass cracks. A small drop of blood runs down his palm, mixing with the reflection of Becky's smile. The camera pans to the window. Outside, Becky walks down the street, laughing with Liam, unaware that Costello is watching from the shadows. His face hardens, no more heartbreak, only calculation. The narration fades in softly. When love turns to lies, forgiveness dies. And in the ruins of a broken heart, vengeance takes root. The screen fades to black, leaving only the faint sound of Becky's laughter echoing, haunting. Distant, doomed, the rain has stopped, but the streets still glisten under the pale afternoon light. Costello stands at the edge of the old cemetery, motionless, his breath forming tiny clouds in the cold air. Before him lies a simple gravestone, his father's, the man who once taught him about loyalty, about keeping your word, about never striking unless you must. Costello kneels down, brushing away fallen leaves, his voice rough as gravel. You told me love makes a man stronger, he murmurs. But you were wrong. It makes him weak. It blinds him. A gust of wind blows through the trees, bending the branches as if the world itself is listening. He looks down, his reflection caught in a puddle beside the grave, eyes dark, jaw clenched. The kind man who once walked these streets is gone. In his place stands someone reborn in pain, someone who doesn't forgive, someone who will make them remember. He takes out a small photo, Becky smiling beside him at the fair, her hand in his, her eyes full of warmth. He stares for a long moment before setting the picture beside the headstone. You'll see her soon, he whispers, his tone chillingly calm. Then he turns and walks away. Later that evening, Costello returns home. The camera follows him through the dimly lit hallway, the ticking clock, the hum of an old fridge, the smell of smoke and rain in the air. He opens a drawer and pulls out a small metal box. Inside, a gun, a folded note, and a wedding ring. He picks up the ring first, turning it between his fingers. For better or worse, he says under his breath. This is the worse. The clock strikes 6. A storm brews outside once again, thunder echoing through the walls. Costello loads the gun, every click sounding louder than the last. The moment is slow, deliberate, almost ritualistic. This isn't a burst of anger. It's the calm before something inevitable. In another part of Weatherfield, Becky is at the cafe, laughing with her friends, unaware of what's coming. The narrator's voice breaks the silence. A heart can break only once. After that, it doesn't feel pain, only purpose. Costello steps outside, coat collar high, gun hidden under it. He walks down the same cobblestone road where he first kissed Becky years ago. But this time, there's no love left in his footsteps. Only vengeance echoing behind him. As the music swells, the camera pans up to the storm clouds rolling in. Lightning flashes across the sky, lighting up Costello's face for just a second, enough to see the man he has become. Not broken, not lost, but dangerous. The night has returned to Weatherfield, heavy and silent. The streets are empty now, slick with rain and fear. A street lamp flickers outside Becky's flat, its light struggling against the dark. Inside, Becky paces the room, her hands trembling. She knows something's wrong. Maybe it's the way the wind howls, or maybe it's the weight of guilt pressing against her chest. Her phone buzzes, a message from an unknown number. It reads, "We need to talk alone." No name. But she knows who it is. Cut to outside. Costello stands under that same flickering light, his coat dripping, his shadow long against the wall. The gun is heavy in his pocket, but his expression is calm, almost peaceful. Every step he takes toward her door feels like the closing of a story that was never meant to end this way. Inside, Becky freezes when she hears the knock. She opens the door just a crack, and there he is. The man she once loved. The man she destroyed. The silence between them feels like it could break glass. "Costello," she whispers, voice trembling. He tilts his head, eyes cold. "You lied to me, Becky." Her tears spill instantly. "I didn't want to." "I had no choice." He cuts her off, stepping closer, his voice low but sharp. "You always had a choice. You just chose the knife instead of the truth." She backs away, hands shaking. You don't understand? I did it to save you. That makes him pause. For the first time, his eyes flicker with confusion. Save me? Becky's breath catches. Liam threatened to expose everything. Your past, your father. He said he'd destroy you. I thought if I helped him, he'd stop. I thought I was protecting you. The silence stretches. Rain hits the window harder now. Costello's grip on the gun loosens, his hand trembling. For a split second, the man he once was flickers through the anger, then the moment shatters. A voice from outside. Liam yells, Becky? You in there? Costello turns sharply, rage reignited. Becky screams, No, please. But it's too late. A gunshot explodes through the night. The screen goes black, a heartbeat later. The narrator's voice cuts through the silence. In Weatherfield, love doesn't die, it kills. A single raindrop slides down the window pane as the faint outline of Costello's shadow.